So I realize I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I still want to make sure that I get a chance to cover it. It says, at first, she was valiant. Then her voice faltered like a plucked heartstring. Did Mrs. May show weakness? No. Sometimes big girls do cry. And so I just kind of want to. So that's the actual title of this article. It came from the Daily Mail, talking about Theresa May announcing her resignation. She said that she would do it multiple times if the deal that she had proposed would not go through. It looks like she is finally keeping her word on that she doesn't feel fit delivering Brexit to the people. She clearly thinks it's bad. It's a good deal for the people, but nobody wants it. And she thinks anything less would be terrible for the nation. I just want to take a minute to point out that she's in tears during her resignation. It's very sad. She gets choked up. For her, it's very sad. I think for the people, it's a celebratory moment because regardless of how the media frames this, Theresa May's deal was essentially the deal that she was pushing very hard in Parliament was that a stipulation of the deal was that they'll separate, so Britain will separate from the EU. However, in that separation, meaning that the British people will have no more say in EU ongoings and legislation and things like that. The EU is actually going to retain some of the trade, things that are coming in and out of Ireland or parts of Ireland or Scotland, and so the Britain is actually giving up a portion of their rights completely. In other words, the EU actually controls parts of Britain that Britain has no say over whatsoever. And Marie thought that this was a good deal, and so of course, when she brought it to the parliamentary floor, her deal flopped. I think she brought it 3 times, and they were all complete disasters. And so she just kept trying to bring the same deal. Okay, maybe we'll vote on it this time, guys, and we'll get it right. And people got really frustrated, and rightly so, because it's like, well, you're really literally trying to remove democracy from Britain. And so, of course, her deal flopped. She's getting kicked out of. She knows she has no power anymore. Look, her resigning is her admitting that there's nothing she can do. Her own party came out recently and said, we have no faith in her. So this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. It's a clear sign that she wasn't fit as a leader. She wasn't the right person for the job. Hopefully Britain can find someone who can do a better job and really deliver Brexit for the British people. The way this article frames Theresa May is to say as if she was this huge, courageous, and literally calls her valiant person in this title. And it's like, but that's really, really not who she was. I mean, anybody who really paid attention to the political scene, particularly when she was in office, Parliament was in absolute chaos. There's videos online, you can watch it. It seems like something, and this isn't hyperbole, straight out of Jerry Springer, where people are yelling down the aisle, people are talking over each other. She has just very little, if any, authority. I think she's really torn apart the British people, and I think it's because of her leadership. And I mean, it's not just her. I mean, I'm not just talking about this like it's just Theresa May, but because of the lack of leadership in the British political class sector, a lot of what we see is the rise of the Brexit Party, which rose to prominence, I think, in a month, and it passed the Tories. And so it's like, well, clearly what you're starting to see is that the people are fed up. And I think we're absolutely going to see that when Britain posts its, results of their own elections, parts of which we have. And so, this is just the state of British politics. And this is why we're kind of starting to see an uprising here, the same way we have been seeing in Italy and France. And so we'll see, we'll definitely keep an eye out to watch who comes up next, who's most likely to be the next Prime Minister of Britain. But for now, that's all we have, guys. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, comment down below. It helps with engagement. It helps with YouTube's search algorithms. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Everybody take it easy. Peace.